Hello and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole live stream. I am playing Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Or to put it shorter, Crash 4. I'm already boring Crash Bandicoot. Sorry, Crash. But nonetheless, sit back, relax, but as always and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. Lads, I'm actually hyped for the level that I'm actually about to play right now. I played a little bit of it a couple of days back. I didn't have my microphone on, so I couldn't communicate the level of hype that I was feeling effectively. But, I'm not going to say it anymore now. I'm just going to jump into the level. Oh, and by the way, I unlocked the skin, and I was even equally, not quite the same, but somewhat equally hyped for the skin right here. The classic. It's a classic Crash Bandicoot. It's not exactly how Crash Bandicoot would have looked like on PS1. I mean, they're exaggerating slightly, you look a lot more pixelated than that, like, but nonetheless, that is a classic looking Crash Bandicoot. Discover the effects of Linbriel's potions. So yeah, I love this skin, this classic skin. But I love this level even more. It's called Offbeat. You'll see why. Anyone who knows me, anyone who knows what kind of video games I love to play, will know why I'm hyped. But actually, before I get stuck into the gameplay, I'm going to get my live stream up and running on my phone. See if everything is going according to plan. My lovely voice. As long as you can hear my lovely voice, that's all that matters. Okay. Joke. And hello to my two lovely viewers. You're both very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. Hope you're doing very well. In fact, I hope you're having a lovely Easter. Happy Easter to you all. And you're very welcome to my live stream of Crash 4. Enjoy. So yeah, this level I'm hyped. Anyone who knows me now will know why I'm hyped for this level. There's actually a bit of an Easter egg. How appropriate on today, Easter/chocolate egg day. But how appropriate, because there is an amazing Easter egg in this level. It doesn't stick around for too long, to be honest with you. It needs to stick around longer. We'll see you now in a second. Well, I don't know if it's called an Easter egg, but I'm hyped nonetheless for it. I was actually going to listen to a bit of Spotify, but in order to do that, then I'd have to turn off the music, and that wouldn't be fair to my lovely viewers. So I decided to not go with Spotify. So no, it's gas. Every time I say I'm not going to focus in the levels on my first playthrough of the game, but I always end up trying to collect the crates. It's just, but there he is, Spyro, my purple buddy. I'll have to pause the game now for this. Electric Big H, love the name. Electric, welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you keeping? Happy Easter to you. You're very welcome to my live stream of Crash 4. Hope you're doing well. I was just saying there that that giant purple dragon in the distance is none other than Spyro the Dragon. What an Easter egg. I love it. I'm hyped. He goes too fast though. He's gone in a heartbeat. Yeah, I love myself some Spyro the Dragon. I love it. I wish you could actually be on top of it or something, But nonetheless. Just like that, he's gone. Hopefully he'll come back now and Spyro the Dragon 4. An excellent return. That's my name anyway for it. But I can't even concentrate because I'm so distracted by the fact there's a giant... Damn. I'm distracted by the fact there's a giant Spyro in the background. Oh, he's back. Spyro the Dragon. Never mind your Skylanders crap now, Zoomers. Spyro the Dragon is the guy. He's the main guy. Don't be giving me this crap about, oh, isn't that Spyro from Skylanders? No. It's Spyro from Spyro. God damn it. Get it right. So yeah, when I was playing PlayStation as a little zoomer myself, one of my favourite games to play on it was Spyro the Dragon, like 1, 2 and 3. Absolutely loved those games, running around collecting all the gems, saving the dragons. So I was so hyped that he made a comeback in Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy, the first 3 games being Ria and Magic. Because it was a nightmare to live through Skylanders. Skylanders was just hell. To have to live through that time as a Spyro the Dragon fan was just hell. So it's great that Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy is a thing. It's great that I'm looking back at this, you know, lovely giant Spyro the Dragon float in the background. And hopefully it means that Spyro the Dragon will make another comeback in the form of a brand new Spyro the Dragon, a bit like Crash 4, this game right here. Anyway, if I had my way, I'd sit here for the next hour and just discuss how much I love Spyro the Dragon, but actually, in fact, why not? Why not do that? No, I'm with you. I'll move on. I'll reluctantly move on. I can't concentrate because like, I'm just staring at Spyro the Dragon. Why is he not moving? He's just going to stay there, so I'll see like that. He'd stay there until Spyro the Dragon, An Excellent Return. I know it's a shit name, to be honest. I'm trying to think of a better name. The Excellent Comeback. No. An Excellent Journey. Oh god! Spyro the Dragon, An Excellent Journey. Egg as in, you know... God, it was gone. As... What? Who pushed me? I was pushed. Oh, there he is again. Spyro the Dragon. Don't stop moving. Hey! Don't move. Stay still. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to complete this level, seriously. I'm just too distracted by Spyro the Dragon in the background, seriously. Oh yeah, and that's the other guy as well behind him. I don't even know his name, never took notice of his name, to be honest. He's I think he's a tiger or something. I mean, I love cats. I love anything to do with cats, but I just never took any notice of the other character. Apart from Moneybags. Moneybags is funny. He's like Tom Nook from Animal Crossing, to be honest with you. He's all about that money. Hence the name. Moneybags. I blame my love of Spyro the Dragon for being distracted. Actually, that's going to annoy me now. I'm trying to think of his name. I've just been burnt to a crisp again. Hunter. And it's just been burnt again. Lads, I'm too distracted by Spyro the Dragon. I can't complete this level, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hunter is his name. I think he made an appearance in Spyro the Dragon 2. But I have a weird history of the order of my PlayStation games that I've played. Like, I played Spyro the Dragon 1, then Spyro the Dragon 3, and then I played Spyro the Dragon 2. And it was the same with Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil 1, I played Resident Evil 3, and then I played Resident Evil 2. Looking back on it, like, I must have been so confused. Oh god, I'm a strange one. Still am, to be honest. Oh, damn it. I need to get to it. I say continue, but look, I have a continue, but I've only one life. That's terrible. Oh Jesus Christ. Cannot be hitting those nitro boxes. I actually got an Easter egg trophy slash, not an Easter egg, a trophy up further. You slam one of those trash cans and there's a cat. There's a cat inside it. Can I hit these things? I think no. You know, it's actually really good that Activision Blizzard are a thing that Blizzard and Activision joined together, because it resulted in us getting not only the remasters of Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but also Blizzard's classic games, which I've only realised just a few seconds ago. Like, I just realised, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. We got to see classic Blizzard games like Rock and Roll Racing and The Last Vikings, and another game as well. But I'm all about Rock and Roll Racing, to be honest with you. In a Blizzard Arcade collection. I didn't even realise that, because I knew that Activision were saying that they're going to look into remastering more classic titles. And I actually forgot that they were Activision Blizzard, do you know what I mean? So it was a nice surprise when Blizzard Arcade Collection got announced. Oh yeah, I was meaning to make a video. Can I just squeeze that video into this live stream? I know there's 3 people watching, so I might as well. I actually spoke about it a little bit actually in another live stream, but I have an idea for a new Rock and Roll Racing. New and improved, brand spanking new Rock and Roll Racing for a new generation in the modern age. So, not a remaster of the original Rock and Roll Racing, not a remake of the original Rock and Roll Racing, but a brand new entry into the Rock and Roll Racing series for a new generation, on new hardware, for new times, a different Blizzard company, different audience, just different. I know I said different about 50 times. And my idea is, if I do say so myself, an interesting one. Basically, you take the characters from Overwatch, one of Blizzard's biggest franchises, and you put them into the world. So, not the world. Yeah, the world of Rock and Roll Racing. But basically, like, you take the world and characters from Blizzard and you put them into the Rock and Roll Racing, like, mechanics, the racing, everything that made Rock and Roll Racing, the music, the tracks, the gameplay, all of that. But you have characters from Overwatch, so it's basically like Mario. What, do you know what Mario Kart is to the Mario series? Well, my idea would be that Rock and Roll Racing, you know, would be the Mario Kart to the Overwatch series. So it'll be part of Overwatch, but it'll have all the gameplay that you would expect from Rock and Roll Racing. So, for instance, you know, like, say, I know if you were playing as that bitch, what's her name? It's a diva, is it? Whatever her name is, isn't it? But my only memory of that bitch is nerf this. I swear to God, if I got hold of the voice actor, the voices, so I'd slap her around again. But anyway, like, I don't even know what her weapon is basically, but if she just had whatever ability, like, say, no, if you were playing as her in this new Rock and Roll Racing and you were Lass, then you could use that move, nerf this, and every opponent in front of her basically gets wiped out. It would be an example of how you could bring that character from Overwatch, you know, and her background and her weapon, you know, into the gameplay of Rock and Roll Racing, how it would fit with Rock and Roll Racing. Because Rock and Roll Racing allowed you to use weapons in your vehicles to overtake your opponents. Another example then, like, would be like maybe you could use. I'm a genius. Seriously, I'm a genius. Patting myself on the back here now. But I don't know his name. Do you know the? I'm only new to Overwatch, like, to be honest with you. Even though I'm good at it, which has surprised me. But the Viking guy, the dwarf guy. Anyway, I don't know his name. Tor, is it Tor? No, it's Tor. Can't be Tor. That's Crash Bandicoot. The guy with the turret, anyway, he's got a turret in Overwatch. He's one of his weapons is a turret. So how I would feel like how he and his background and how his weapon would work in Rock and Roll Racing is you'd be able to leave behind the turret on the track, and then basically anybody who races up the turret, basically, you know, the turret starts shooting the car or in range of the turret, and you know, your vehicle takes damage. So that's just a brief example of how my idea could work, bringing characters and worlds of Overwatch together into Rock and Roll Racing. Make it happen, lads. Make it happen. And you know how there was a remaster of Crash Team Racing? Who made that game? Or at least who did it work for? Activision Blizzard. Boom, make it happen. Makes sense. This level is actually tough enough now, to be honest. It'll probably never happen, but you know, it would be nice to see, and I think that it would make perfect sense, to be honest with you, because rather than trying to, you know, bring back Rock and Roll Racing and make a brand new entry into the series in today's world, where reality is not a lot of people might know what that game is. There's a lot of franchises that have been around for a long time that are household names. Unfortunately, Rock and Roll Racing is not one of those games, so it just wouldn't have a huge fan base. So how could you propel the sales? Like, how could you, like, how can you drive sales of the product? You know, how can you appeal to a mass market? Who would your target audience be? Can you target your audience to, you know, a handful of people like myself? I'm in my mid-30s who played Rock and Roll Racing back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Is that going to give you profit? Or you can basically leech, for want of a better word, off the popularity and success of their own franchise, Overwatch, and basically just blend two audiences together into one package. Boom. I would like to ask the Dragons now for €250,000 in investment. Thank you. Any questions? Jesus Christ, I forgot that there's a jack in the box. I love the HDR. It really does make the colours come to life. I always, over the years, overestimated, you know, visual improvements in consoles. I've always been like, gameplay is key, which it is, but I've always kind of brushed aside, you know, the advancements in graphics. But I have to say, this generation is different. I really have to say that. I just think that PS3 and PS4, they were both HD visuals, and I just feel like that I didn't really get a huge sense of, you know, visual upgrades. But once you start playing a game in 4K with HDR, the only way I can put it is like the lights become like neon. Did you ever see a basic light in the street, like just a basic light, and then put that light beside a neon light? You can just see the difference. You can just see how the neon lights stand out. So Another way I can describe, like if you're watching this live stream on a standard screen, like you're not going to get the full 4K HDR experience, but the colours just become a lot more like neon. They really do stand out as stripe. Sorry for this stream to be turning into a conversation stream. I haven't even managed to get halfway through this level yet. Apologies. But it is a tough level, to be fair. Crash Bandicoot was always more tough compared to Spyro the Dragon. I was more of a Spyro the Dragon player. I don't even think I owned any Crash Bandicoot game myself. I played games, I played demos of these games, but I've never actually like owned. I don't think I've owned any of these games back in the day. I played them from start to finish. So really, like Insane Trilogy to me was like an official entry point into the series. I was more busy playing Spyro the Dragon. I feel like Spyro the Dragon is more laid back. You can just explore the worlds, like the 3D worlds of Spyro the Dragon, the dragon worlds, and just take your time. You know, if you want to just spend your time collecting all the gems, you can do that. If you want to find all the find and save all the dragons, you can do that. It's very laid back. I mean, there is platforming, some tough platforming at times, but overall it's a pretty laid back experience. But look at this, the Piano Man. Yeah, I'll try to do. Wait, no, what about Twinkle Twinkle? I just completely take that up. That's my rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I used to love playing on the piano years ago. My dad's not a piano. Jesus Christ! I wasn't born on this outside. No God. Keyboard is what I meant to say. I wasn't half bad, no, to be honest. I wasn't half bad. You know, thank God there was no camera phones back in my day, no social media, because I'd be fucking embarrassed as shit if there was. All they have now is photographs. They can easily be burnt. Yeah, I have two photos actually one in front of me, one behind me. First one is not too embarrassing. I actually like it. It's actually me as a 10-year-old putting the Spyro the Dragon 1, I think. Spyro the Dragon 1 PlayStation 1 disc into a PlayStation. I think it was actually when I got the PlayStation for Christmas. All you can see is the back of my head. I'm just like leaning in to put in the game. Little did I know, well, I would have known, like, but it's crazy to, you know, all these years later, I'm still playing video games. The other photo is myself of when I had an Easter egg. I don't know how old I was, probably around the same age, I'd say. You know, I think there's something much better about having a photograph compared to just Facebook memories. I don't know. Something better about just having a physical, you know, photograph than just, you know, just looking at something digitally. I don't know. Times change. Technology changes. As long as you can have some kind of a memory anyway, like you can keep with you, like, you know, whether it's a physical photograph or, you know, a digital photograph. Just, you know. I suppose what I would say is, if you have a physical photograph, it is with you. As long as you keep onto that photograph, it is with you at all times. Whereas if you don't really own your Facebook account, Facebook owns your account, and pretty much they can do whatever they want with your account. So, you know what I mean? Like, so just remember that. Like, if you put your photos from your phone onto, then again, like, you have it on your phone as well. But a lot of phones like will actually say to you like, as well if you read the terms and agreements and stuff like that, they're like more or less say to you like, we can like delete your photos at any time, or we can view your photos. I'd actually strongly recommend to look at the user agreement that you're actually signing and agreeing to. Like when you're like downloading apps like Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or anything like that, or even just your phone in general, like you'd actually be like, you'd be shocked. It's crazy. Like years ago, like some guy on YouTube would be like saying, you better watch out in years to come. They're gonna have your information. They're gonna be able to read your texts and photographs. They're gonna be able to see exactly where you are. And the people are like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you crazy conspiracy theorist. And now it's all there. Like, man, I was watching a great movie last night called They Live, and it's basically about like Roddy Piper is in it, and it just ends up finding these pair of glasses, and he puts their glasses on, and the next minute he's looking back at like advertisements that are all of a sudden they're saying like obey, consume, sleep, watch TV. And then you see somebody walking in the street, and all of a sudden they're like these alien things. And then the more you look at them, they're like, oh, he can see us, and it's and then there's these like drones that he sees in the sky, and they're able to see him. Now this movie came out, I think this movie came out like in the early 90s, possibly late 80s, well before drones were even a thing, like. You know what I mean? So like you watch that movie back in the late 80s and early 90s and think, oh, this is a great sci-fi movie, this is so fun. But now it's kind of real in a way, like. But drones are real anyway, like, I mean, I can fly a drone around right now, and I can go into your garden with my drone, and I can zoom in, and I can record and take photos of whatever I want. I can do that. There's no legislation to prevent that from happening, so yeah. Great movie. I forget how I ended up talking about it. Oh yeah, the whole privacy thing. So yeah, like it's you download Facebook and you agree to the user agreements, and you're literally like allowing Facebook to view your text messages, your actual standard text messages, and they can go into your they can go into your calendar as well or something, and say if you had something planned in your calendar. Say if you were like going on holidays. At a certain day, at a certain time, I can go into it and see it, like. And who here has never experienced a situation where, say if you spent like, not spent the day, but say if you were talking to your friend or family member, to say about paint, and then the next minute you're on your device, whatever device it is, and say you're on Facebook or YouTube or something, whatever else, and the next minute you see an ad for like paint. It's because it's algorithms that are used to basically keep note of certain quotes and phrases. There's a cat in there, and they basically use it to advertise products back to you. Not the most sinister of things, like, but nevertheless, like, it is a way of taking your information, and yeah. I went on a bit too long about that, really, didn't I? Yeah. Oh damn it, you forget about those nitro crates. I just want to spend time with Spyro the Dragon, really. I just wish this game was Spyro the Dragon. That would be my review now. If I was reviewing Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. In summary, I wish I was playing Spyro the Dragon. Nah, it's a great game. I'm over Spyro guy than a Crash game, that's all there is to it. It's a great that Crash Bandicoot is back, and listen, if Crash is back, then it's only a matter of time before Spyro comes back. And I tell you one thing, lads, it's a great time to be a fan of platforming. on PlayStation today. It really, really is. Like, it's one thing to have reimaginings of Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot, but now to have a brand new entry into the Crash Bandicoot series, a classic platforming game that would have been around on PlayStation. But then, like, you know, then there's only a matter of time before you can get Spyro coming back, and they're classic, you know, well-established franchises, and they're right up there with brand new platformers like Astro's Playroom. And then you have platformers that kind of like took a break for a while and kind of briefly came back, like Ratchet and Clank. And then you have a series that's been around for quite a while now, as far back as the PS3, which is Little Big Planet. But that's kind of went in a different direction now. Now, I don't think they're going to, for anyone who's like, you know, a hardcore fan of the traditional Little Big Planet series in terms of creation, I don't think they're going to forget that in a hurry. Don't worry about that. They're not going to forget about that. But nonetheless, it's definitely kind of spawned a new kind of genre, which is like full-on platforming. So you got another platformer there. And Abe's Odyssey is back in full swing. Now at the moment, it's only like a reimagining of the second game. Like Oddworld Soulstorm is basically reimagining of Abe's Odyssey, or Abe's Exodus, which was the second Abe's Odyssey game. But, you know, if those games sell well and if they're happy enough with the sales, then it's only a matter of time before you get a full-on entry into the Oddworld. Yeah, I just hope they don't go down the road up there, but things on the Xbox just like turn into a weird yoke, turn into a weird like 3D platformer thing. I don't want that. But yeah, once again, it's a great time to be a platformer. Of course, Sonic the Hedgehog then is just like, where is he? Spyro the Dragon has been, or Sonic. Did I say Spyro the Dragon? I missed Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog is just, well, he's dead. And then you have the rumors that Microsoft could potentially be purchasing Sega, meaning Sonic the Hedgehog as well. Oh yeah, speaking of Microsoft, I came across something on my newsfeed, but I didn't go into it. I do have a habit of that. Scroll through my newsfeed to see something and just couldn't be arsed to go into it. Well, it says something about the possibility of Halo Infinite coming to PS5. If that happens, I just don't know what to think of Phil Spencer anymore. I just don't know what he's doing anymore. I just don't know what his intentions are. What is the purpose of Xbox? What is Xbox all about if they do that? Like, they're obviously, if they do that, Microsoft are obviously happy enough with the fact that they have, Game Pass and xCloud. I mean, they obviously couldn't care less about, like, you know, games being exclusive to, you know, to a plastic box. You know, they obviously don't care anymore about that. They obviously just know that this is our IP, and if it's on XPass, then we're making money and you can play it. Like, maybe XPass is coming to PS5 and Switch. Who knows? You know how much Phil Spencer can, you know, be quiet about his love for Nintendo. Oh, Phil Spencer, you gotta love him. In your own little way, like, I just feel like, obviously he's a gamer. I don't think he needs to remind us of that. Obviously, he wouldn't be in the video game industry if he wasn't a gamer. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like when he got involved in Xbox, like it's like he was obviously a gamer before he joined Xbox, and there was a time before Xbox, so obviously he played other consoles. Do you know what I mean? But like, so we know that, but he's the head of Xbox, so like, when he's in the public domain and he's in a professional capacity, and let's say like you're 2 weeks away from the release of the next Xbox and you're being asked questions, you know, like, you don't take that time to start going on about how much you like Nintendo. Because what happens if a potential consumer is listening to that interview and they're going into it with the mindset of, okay, why should I buy an Xbox? And then the next one, he's like, Oh, Nintendo, yeah, they've got Zelda, they've got Mario, they've got Animal Crossing, they've got Kirby, they've got Splatoon. Oh, they've got all these great games. I'd be like, well, yeah, that's right, yeah. Tune out of the interview and fucking order a Switch, like. That's what's going to happen, and that's probably what has happened, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, he likes Nintendo. Yeah, he's a gamer. He plays all consoles. He praises all consoles. That's great, but do that in your private capacity. But like, if you're in a public interview, like IGN or their all lights are on you, all cameras are on you. You know, from big media like IGN, and you're 2 weeks away from the release of your console, and you're trying to convince potential consumers to buy your product. You don't spend that time, talking about how great, PlayStation and Nintendo is. It's just bizarre. Like, it really is. And Halo Infinite, like, is you think of Xbox, you think of Halo. It is their biggest first party title. Like, if that game ends up on PlayStation, and who knows, even Switch, like if they put it on, well, if they put it on XPass, I think is the downloadable service. But if they put it on like xCloud, and because we know that Switch can handle cloud gaming, if they put it on that, it's just I don't know. What is the integrity of Xbox anymore? Like if you're gonna Phil Spencer push me. I know he did. Well, who am I to tell Phil Spencer how to do his job? I'll tell you, Green Hill Gaming. That's what I am. Tell him how to do his job. I'm a joke. The other way you go into that canyon, it reminds me of Sackboy, a big adventure, when you go into the flower thing. Gosh, oh no, that was done. I can't do it. No. Can I kill these? No. Like, the level actually gets harder from much, like I haven't even made that much progress into the level. My excuse? I'm distracted by Spider Dragon, even though he's nowhere to be found right now, but still sticking to my excuse. Lads, I'm seriously going to think of a way of putting a monitor beside my main TV, like another TV, beside my main TV, and have, every time I play a game like Crash 4, I'd like to have like the original Crash Bandicoot like beside my main TV, just so I can actually appreciate just how the graphics have advanced over the years. It's easy to take it for granted, like it really is. You would think that it's funny. You would think that the new generation would take it for granted because it's all they see. Like, I know if you were if you had like a 5-year-old and their first console is PS5, it's all they know. So, like, they know nothing else. But you would expect someone like me to kind of remember games when they looked, pixelated on the PS1 and say, "Wow, graphics have come a long way." But I swear to God, I take it for granted. I look at this and I just sometimes you just kind of glance to it, like, but like honestly, if I was looking at the original Crash Bandicoot right now and I put it right beside this, I'd be like, Jesus, come a long way, I can tell you one thing, Crash Bandicoot on PS1 did not look like this. There's Hunter in the background. Hunter Horace Hemsley. That's Horace Hemsley. Triple H. Shit. Oh shit. Alright, never mind the bonus levels. Booga booga. Oh, this part here always gets me. It's so annoying. Can't think it. No. What? I'm just thinking of Nintendo there. They really did fuck up the 35th, is it? Yeah, 35th anniversary of Super Mario, like if you stop and think about it, they didn't even announce any new Mario game. You would think, like, what better way to celebrate 35 years of Mario by at least referencing
Smick guess
a
what,
new...
I'm back.
Who is back? Mr. Fortnite Gamer, not 1, not 2, but 3, is back on Green Hill Gaming. How are you getting on, man? How are you keeping? Happy Easter to you as well. Hope you're doing well, man, and you're welcome to my live stream of Crash 4. I was just saying there, I don't know if you're aware of this Fortnite Gamer 123, but it is the 35th anniversary of the Super Mario series. You might have heard of him, Mario.
Apex.
Ah, Apex. Apex, man. Good stuff. You, how are you getting on in it? Hope you're enjoying Apex, man. But you might have heard of a certain plumber called Mario, and he's celebrating his 35th anniversary. You would think that Nintendo would at least reference a new Mario title, but not. Instead, they said, we're going to celebrate 35 years of Mario. Well, one of the ways anyway was by releasing Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which was Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. But they're literally the exact same. Like, they're ported like they're literally like free Mario. Wait, there is a free. Is there a free Mario? If you have, oh well, I don't think you can get any. I don't think you can get it anymore. But there was a Super Mario 35th anniversary, which came free to Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. But this continued that game, Mario 35, along with Super Mario 3D All-Stars a couple of days back. What a great way to celebrate 35 years of Mario by taking away Mario games. It's a strange one. But the actual collection itself was so lazy. Like, they literally just gave you Super Mario 64 as it is, Super Mario Sunshine as it is, and Super Mario Galaxy as it is, and put it on the Switch. Okay, a few up textures here and there, a soundtrack which was good, but other than that, that was it. No full-on reimagining like, you know, like Spyro Reignited Trilogy or Crash Insane Trilogy. Crazy. And you can no longer buy that game now because there's only limited availability. And
I got trash loot RN.
oh no, we got trash loot. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Like this level here, I swear I hit it. Hidden gem and all, and it falls off. But that just popped into my head there, like, oh, what the Nintendo be doing at the best of times? It's like they don't even care, like, it's like we're celebrating more for Mario's 35th anniversary than Nintendo are, you know, that kind of way. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's like you had a child and they were celebrating their birthday and the parents were like, oh yeah, you're 35 today. Finally got a shotgun, blow some heads off, man. And then it's like if they're family and friends, then we're like, oh my god, it's your birthday today. Oh my god, happy birthday, you know. What did you get? Nothing. In fact, they're throwing me out at the end of the game. That's what it's like, man. You know what I mean? It's like, after a certain time, you could no longer buy those games. I don't track much up in this life there. Oh god, Nintendo. And they wonder why they're the butt of so many people's jokes, like they're not helping themselves, like, you know. They're not helping themselves. But I will say though, some people online need to tone it down a little bit and realise that Mario is not actually dead. You know, this isn't like it's not the case, like there will be more Mario games. But just the fact that they just completely took off those games from the shelves. The daft, really. I think it's because they wanted to maximise the sales. I'm too lazy to play now for the rest of the live stream. I'll just chat away. So, other than Apex, Fortnite Gamer 123.
Mario 3 deaths.
How are you doing? Mario 3 deaths. I like that. 3D deaths. Oh, stop. Oh, that's a weird one. Fair enough, like the concept of timed no, what's the word I'm looking for?
I died.
The concept, oh no way. It's a tough game, I'd say, is it? Apex. I've never actually played Apex. Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Better luck next time, as they say. But like limited availability is not new. Like, to be fair, like I understand that, like, but it's one thing to make something limited availability. So, you know, if there was a new
Yeah,
Mario,
it's tough.
oh, it sounds it, man. It sounds it. Say now there was a new Mario, and let's say you had like a limited special edition, limited availability, where like it was, you know, only available for something at a time. That makes sense. But the base game is still there, and you can buy any time. That makes sense, like. But to like, I don't know,
It's
celebrating.
like TF2.
It's like what? What's TF2? I'm dumb. TF. I'm gonna try to guess that now. TF. TF. TF.
Pick a role to battle.
I don't know what it is. Pick your role to battle. Pick my role to battle. I'll go as a plumber. I'll go as an Italian American plumber. That's what I'll
Yay.
go as. What's TF though? Pass and play. What's pass and play? Pass and play, just like the old days. 2 to 4 players take turns to complete levels, pass to controller on death, at checkpoints, or both. Ah, actually handy. Did that actually in a few games. I actually did that in the Grand Theft Auto games on PlayStation 2, where like myself and my friend, like, we just take turns just playing a bit of open world and driving around like Vice City or San Andreas, just causing mayhem, and then whoever died would pass the controller to him.
Again.
That
I
was my
died.
that was my man. You've died more times than uh, than the Undertaker, man. I will not rest in peace. Good Undertaker, huh?
Loudly crying face, 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 loudly crying face.
I was actually enjoying the rhythm to that. Actually, there's a certain rhythm to loudly crying face, loudly. It was nice. Don't worry about it, man. Tough game. Those kind of games are always going to be tough. There's a lot of there's people that just literally like their life is playing that game. They wake up in the morning to play Apex Legends. They go to bed at night thinking about waking up the following morning to play Apex Legends. And so, like, how can you compete against that? Like, you'll have to
Okay,
say
again,
good.
loudly crying face, 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 loudly crying face.
I actually like how they
Loudly
can.
crying face, loudly 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 crying face, loudly
Okay, you can
crying
stop
face,
now.
loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly
Oh,
crying
Jesus.
face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face,
You can
loudly
stop
crying
now,
face,
please.
loudly crying face, 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 loudly crying face.
Lads, please stop. Um, I actually like how the computer voice took a break in between. Did you notice that? She almost sounded human. Like, instead of you were talking, if you were saying the same thing over and over again, eventually you go and take a breath. That's what it sounded like. She was like loudly crying face, loudly crying face, and went over and over again. That was funny.
The scary, loudly crying face.
The scary, loudly crying face. That was actually funny. I don't know if I'll be doing a live stream later on tonight. I'm fairly tired now as it is, to be honest with you. I don't know how these big YouTubers do it. There's people on YouTube that are like older than me, like, honestly. Much older than me, actually. I don't know how they can do it. Yeah, I actually sometimes I need to remind myself actually of that. Is there's actually YouTubers that are older than me, like, they've got like families and everything over there. I should have a family well by now, like, but unless,
Ready for a new rhythm.
oh God, I'm actually not. I'm gonna have to end the live stream now. Apologies, Fortnite Gamer 123, but I will catch you in the next live stream, man. Enjoy Apex. Thank you for being a part of this live stream. I hope you enjoyed. And my dad is in the live
8 is
stream.
just a number. Crap.
That is true. That is true. That is true. You literally joined the live stream as I was leaving, but happy Easter to you, Dad, nonetheless. Thank you for dropping by to say hello. And enjoy the rest of your day, the both of you. And I will see you next time on Green Hill Gaming. So thank you. I will see you all.